Hey, it's Alex here. Today, we are going to try to use different painting schemes to color the mermaid statue. Let's see what the effect will be. The first step is use bluish violet to paint the mermaid scales as the base color. Remember, acrylic paint requires at least 3 layers to achieve a smooth surface. And you have to wait for the first layer of paint to dry completely before painting the second layer. I won't stress it again later. Next, we can use white, yellow, purple and bluish violet in sequence to make the color of the fish scales richer. Finally, paint a layer of flash paint to the fish scales. Outlining the edge of the fin, at the connection between the fish body and tail with purple. Next, use light purple to paint the fishtail. Then use purple to draw the dark part and tail end of the fishtail. Then use light purple to cover the junction of purple and light purple to complete the transition. And finally use white to draw the highlight area of the fishtail. The hair part is painted in the same way as the fishtail. Generally speaking, the shadow areas are sunken parts. And the highlight areas are raised parts. Now we need to mix bluish violet and white to paint the flower on the mermaid's head. And then use light purple to draw the highlight area of the flower. Then use purple to paint the base color of the shell. And use light purple to paint the highlight area. Finally use white to paint the highest light area. The highlight areas here are the sunken parts, and the highest light areas are the raised parts. Finally, decorate with flash paint. After this, we paint the mermaid's face, body and arms with red skin. Bluish violet to paint the center part of the mermaid's hand chain decoration. And then use gold to outline the edge of the chain. Next is the facial features. Let's practice it first with the practice tools provided in the set. Then take out the head statue and start practicing drawing the eyes. First mix white and a little red skin to paint the whites of the eyes. Then outline the eyes with black and draw the shape of the eyeballs. Mix blue and white to draw the blue eyes. Then use black to draw the pupils. And finally use white to draw the highlight area of the eyes. Okay, now let's start drawing the mermaid's eyes. If you draw something incorrectly or are not satisfied with the result, you can use alcohol to erase it. Mix peach red and white to paint the mermaid's eyeshadow, nose, blush and the dark part of the ears. Similarly, mix peach red and white to draw the lips. You can use less white here, or add more peach red, so that the color will be redder. Then mix off-white and a little black to paint the shadow areas, and finally use white to paint the highlight areas. Next, use white to paint the pearls all over the mermaid. And then paint a layer of glossy varnish on the pearls after the paint dries. Okay, let's start the princess painting now. First, we need to use off-white to paint the prince's clothes, pants and shoes. Then mix off-white and a little black to paint the shadow areas. And finally use white to paint the highlight areas. Next mix black and white to paint the soles and laces. Use gold to draw the shoe buckles and the gemstones. The edges of the collar and cuffs are outlined in gold. Then mix dark brown and black to paint the prince's hair. And finally use dark brown to paint the highlight area of the hair. Next mix red skin and yellow to paint the skin of the face, neck, and arms. Then use black to draw the prince's eyes and eyebrows. Finally mix red, blue and white to paint the lips. For the timber around the prince's legs, use dark brown as the base color. And then mix white to paint the highlight area. Next, use dark brown to paint the timbers of the base. Then mix dark brown and black to paint the shadow area. And finally mix white to paint the highlight area. Mix black and white to paint the money bag. Then outline the straps with white. Use red grey to paint the round part of the base. You can pat it with a cotton pad, This process needs to be repeated several times. Paint a layer of matte varnish to the statue to protect the paint surface. Remember not to paint it on the flash flakes and pearls, otherwise the flash paint and glossy varnish will lose their effect. Finally, assemble all the parts with glue, and the mermaid statue is complete. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will continue to share more creative inspiration and project tutorials.